Hey guys, Crystal here at Crystal's Crafties. Today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to make tumbler wraps in Canva. These are going to be seamless tumbler wraps, so when you wrap around your tumbler you will not have a seam. I just created these using elements in Canva, but you can use whatever elements you want. You can get your stuff from Creative Fabrica or wherever you want. I just want to show you how to design the tumbler wrap in Canva so that when you print it and wrap it and sublimate it onto your tumbler, it will be seamless. Okay, so the first thing is we need to make sure this is sized exactly right. This is going to be for a 20-ounce skinny tumbler. The size that we need is 9.3 inches by 8.2 inches. So what you want to do, if you're creating a new design, is pop over here to custom size, switch this from pixels to inches, and then you will type in 9.3 in the width and 8.2 in the height, and then you can create your new design and it will be perfectly sized for your 20-ounce skinny tumbler. Okay, so once you have got your design sized, now let's talk about what you need to do to make it seamless. I want this to go away. Okay. So this one was actually the easiest one, so I'll probably start with this one. Let me just create a new page here. And I'm going to make the page white. So what I did for this one, let me show you. When you put them on your tumblers, guys, they really are like there's going to be no seam. They're going to fit perfectly. This is the black glitter with the rose gold, and then this one was the photo frame. So they really will work. Okay, so let's recreate this black glitter one. So I'm going to come into my elements. Here's the glitter I used, but you can just type in black glitter background. Head over to photos, and you can find whatever black glitter you want. That's the one I'm going to put in here. It's the first one that came up. What you want to do to make this seamless is right now it looks like, you know, it's just going to match up perfectly, but this is not a seamless design to begin with. So if I put two of these together, let me make this smaller, stick another one on here, and I put them together like this. And then I increase the size and I show you the seam. Come over here. Now let me get them a little bit closer together. It's not 100% seamless. These weren't created to be seamless, so you can tell. This one's probably not the best example, but you can still see where that line falls in. You can see it right in there because pieces of the glitter are cut off. You want to make it absolutely seamless where no one can tell where one of your pieces starts and the other one ends. So what you will do, get yourself the element that you want. Increase it some in size. You don't want it to be the full size of your page. And then you want to drag it until it is halfway off your page. You will know that it's halfway because you will get, come on, work with me, Canva. Let me make this a little bit bigger. You will get that pink line right there telling you it is halfway off your page. But we need this to be halfway off, and we also need it to be directly in the middle. You will need to do this a few times to achieve what we're trying to do here. Once you've got it halfway off on the right side of your page, take your little handle and drag it until you get the pink line down the middle. And you're thinking, okay, great, it's halfway off the side and it's halfway in the middle, but it's really not because we adjusted the size. So we're going to come do this again until we get it halfway off the right and again to the middle. And you will just keep doing it until it is both halfway off the right and in the middle. I might have one more little tiny adjustment to make until I've got it perfect. Okay, Then what you want to do is duplicate that and drag your other one until it is halfway off. And they should touch. If they don't, and you can see mine do not touch, I need to do it 1 or 2 more times. Duplicate, come drag this one to where it's halfway off. And now they do touch. That is going to be a seamless design. What I want to do is now increase these to where they take up the whole page. Once they are perfectly centered in the middle and halfway off on either side, you will select them both and then just increase the size of everything until it fills up the whole page. Now at this point, it really doesn't matter if the seam is in the middle of your page, if it's over on the right, the left, it doesn't matter. We're going to cover that seam up. What's important is this is the seam of the 2 designs we put together. This on the left and this on the right is going to be the actual seam of your design. When you print the design, this is going to be the edge of one page. This will be the other edge of the page, and when you wrap it around your tumbler, this will be the seam. This is what we just made seamless, that right and left side, and that's exactly what we need. This stuff here in the middle, we can cover up with elements or words or whatever so that no one will ever know it's there. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to come get this like goldish brush stroke. So let's do I cannot spell. Okay, that's not what I used, but it's what I'm going to put in here. Actually, that's just terrible. I need something better than that. Let's use this guy. Okay, then I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to duplicate. That's going to be a little too skinny for this design, but 2 should be just fine. And I just grouped those together, increased the size a little bit, and just like that, we've covered up the seam that we created in the middle of our design. And now you can just type a T somewhere on your keyboard, type in your text, change your font. Let's make this like 80, rotate it, fill up your screen however large you want this to be. And that is all for that type of design. That will give you this tumbler right here. No seams at all. Okay, so that was the easy one. Let's go recreate this one. So I'm going to duplicate the page. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Let me add a new page. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and leave that background, that pink color, because that is what we're going to design off of. And then with this one, since I have a solid color for a background, this is actually just a glitter element, not a photo. So I'm going to come back over to graphics, and I'm going to type pink glitter border. I think that was what I did there. And yeah, you're just going to come up with whatever you have there. So for this one, we're going to do the exact same thing. I wanted it the other way, so I've rotated it 180 degrees. And same exact thing we did before. Move it until you get it halfway off the page. And then duplicate. Put your other one over here. And they do need to align the top and bottom, so I'm going to select them both and come to arrange, bottom, group those 2 together, and those are now going to be seamless on the right and the left. And just because of the type of design this was, no, you can still see the seam. Okay, so we're still going to want to cover that up. It's okay. What we're trying to make seamless, again, are the right and left sides, not the middle of this page, because we can cover up the middle of the page with elements. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to come stack in these photos now. So to do that, just come to photo frame, hop into frames, and get whatever it is you want. Where's the square? I'm going to put square here. Okay. I just used a basic frame like this. I came in and I used some Canva photos. Let's see here. Let's pop in. This is the family that I used, so sure, we'll just toss them into here. Okay. And then I gave it a background. So elements, square, and I just sized it to be a little bit bigger than what was there. We'll turn it white. We'll move it behind the photo. There you go. That's done. Drag a box around both of those, group them together. Place them here in the middle of the design to cover up that seam. Then I just did the same with a few more photos. These I did the exact same. I got a square frame and I put a white background around it. These I did a square frame with kind of a glittery border around it, but I do want to show you this photo. We also need to put halfway off the right and halfway off the left so that when we wrap our tumbler wrap around our tumbler, it will be seamless. Now you can just make sure things don't cross over the edge. That's one way to do it, but you're not going to get the full effect of your design. You're going to be able to tell that it was kind of created to not overlap if you do that. You want to try to overlap your designs. So let's come get us another square frame. And let's go ahead and pop a photo into it. Family photo. Here we go. We'll throw that guy in there. Okay, so that's going to be in the frame now. And we do want to go ahead and wrap that other gold element around it. So I just typed in gold square frame. I'm going to come to graphics. And there's going to be a lot in here. I don't remember exactly what I used. This might have been it. I'm just going to put this around it. And there you go. Group those two together. And I want to make this a little bit smaller. Hold on. And you can see the crosshairs show up to let you know that you're perfectly centered. Okay, now I will group those two together. I just dragged a box until they were both selected. And I'm going to do the same thing. Let me make it a little bit smaller. And I do want to do that rotation a little bit. I was rotating the other way. Okay. You want it to be sized and rotated exactly how you want it on the design before you put it halfway off your page. That is not the same border I used, but that's okay. Okay, so let's say that's what I want. I'm going to go put it halfway off my page. I can tell it's halfway off because I've got that pink line. Then I'm going to duplicate it and put it halfway off on the other side. And now I need to make sure they are aligned top and bottom. So I'm going to select them both, hold shift and select both, position, let's align those bottoms. Okay, so now when the tumbler wraps around, it's going to be perfectly centered. We've got the bottom of the little boy's foot right here, and there's the rest of his leg. When we wrap that around the tumbler, they will line up perfectly. That's what you want. From here, you're going to grab your other elements. No. this guy in here. These were just, to add on to the design. Get out of my frame. I hit Control Z to undo what I just did. I don't want that in the frame, but I do want it to overlap the frame. And you just continue up with your photos just like that, finishing up your design. But as long as you are pushing these things halfway off the page, duplicating, getting it halfway off on the other side, and then making sure they are perfectly aligned. These have to be perfectly aligned. The same with these two parts of your glitter. They have to be perfectly aligned. But yeah, that's exactly what you want to do. And start that with your base, layer on top of it. Then you will print up your tumbler wrap, sublimate it, and you are done. All right, guys, we'll see you next time.